Harley.
Annie.
Good.
This is Hardly Any Good on the Worst Radio, WRST, the best of the apocalypse, right to your ears. On today's podcast, we have
Cesar Becerra.
and Cesar. What brings you to our podcast?
Well, I mean, I needed a haircut, first of all, and I wasn't getting anywhere around town. So I was hoping anybody would open up a hair studio, and I got very lucky.
Yeah.
So I got a haircut.
Yeah, yours truly.
By yours truly.
Yeah.
A fresh haircut.
Fresh haircut.
So I actually may go down in history as the only guest on your show that has just gotten a fresh haircut.
Yes.
Minutes before
the podcast.
Exactly. But no, I'm here in town at the end of Portal Burn, which I am a burner. You're a burner too.
And
Wouldn't you like to be a burner too? Be a burner. Yeah, so I'm here.
So for our listeners, what is a burn?
For those that don't know, so a burn is going into this beautiful building that has pews, and there's usually a priest up front, and there's a very, very beautiful, and they take up money, and no, a burn is anything but that. But basically, a burn is
the complete opposite.
A burn is a festival that's like a party like no other, but also a creative outlet.
Yeah.
Of just art, music, people, zaniness, creativity, everything. It usually takes place somewhere in a cool, beautiful setting. And it usually has, as the term suggests, a thing we built, and we actually burn the thing. Although not necessarily your burner because we burn things. Your burner because we have an outlook in life that's a little different. We don't call it a cult, although I did go to a burn where we all drank Kool-Aid at the same time.
I drank the Kool-Aid.
I drank it too. And then I love that immediately after drinking such a thing, we all repeated, "This is not a cult." No, but yeah, I'm here and I'm about to take off to Miami, where I'm from. I'm a writer, I'm a tour guide, I'm an artist, and I like to poke fun of institutions. And in this case, I was poking a little fun of Burning Man in this realm of the biggest and largest and kind of most controversial art project that ever went out to Burning Man was the 747 that they brought out. And I was kind of taking that on to say, I bought the 747 and I'm bringing it to some of the small burns, which is totally bonkers. But if done right, and there were occasions like 30 to 40% of the time where people were really believing me, which is whoa.
Yeah, I believed for a second.
See?
For a second, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, wait, is this even possible?
And that's the fun of it, to kind of poke the dragon, so to speak. And I've just finished my third reiteration of this fictitious EIEIO Airlines, which corporate changed it. I mean, you have a habit of sometimes testing the waters, do you not? One of your videos is called what? Sex, what was it?
Oh, Sex Sells, yes.
Sex Sells.
One of my most watched videos is Sex Sells because of the algorithms and what people search, So
I poked and marketing decided instead of EIEIO Airlines, we should call it EIEIO Airlines. This is a family show? Is this a family show?
Yeah, no.
I can say it? Okay.
Yeah. It's
So,
EIEIO.
I mean, yeah, and as soon as we change it to EIEIO Airlines, has anybody mimicked an orgasm on your show yet?
No, you'd
I love
be the
being
first.
the first on a lot of levels. I will tell you this right now. I'm all for being front of the line a lot of times. But we noticed an uptick in reservations. Imagine that.
Really?
Yes. And then we had business was really good. We went back to the regular EIEIO, and when we flatlined, I guess we're going right back to orgasming here. And then we had another big, huge, boom in ticket sales when we said that the first 3 rows will not only be able to, watch softcore porn, but there'll be porn being filmed in the first 3 rows, like live. I'm just being honest here. Money, we're in a capitalist society. So.
Yeah, whatever sells.
Right, exactly. And then rows 4B and beyond would have it piped into their screens, but in the first class you can actually see it.
Yeah,
Participate if you want. That's an extra ticket.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, but no, we're a very safe airline. We go to Cancun and New York, all over some regular things, Instead of peanuts, we have, caviar. Very sophisticated.
Okay.
We do offer there is a Mile High Club.
Okay.
You can actually triple your tickets. If you show us a video and post it on social media that you've been on the Mile High Club outside of the lavatory, not inside, not privately. If you post it happening. People like to go on a fun airline, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Virgin Atlantic. Come on, Richard Branson. We know what you're doing there. Get out of town. Anyway, so back to the seriousness of the airline. We had we told people that we were bringing it to Cosmic, and we kind of did.
Yeah.
It was a smaller plane than the normal 747. We call it the point 747. The decimals are very important.
747.
Not that size matters.
Oh my
Because we still
God.
delivered the plane.
Oh my.
Yes.
And then we like to laugh, and I like
Yes.
to make people laugh.
So tell me a little bit more now that you've caught us up on EIEIO and the community.
Let's pronounce that right.
EIEIO. Oh, EIEIO. Oh.
Yeah, very good, very good. Thank you. Corporate gets down on me hard if I don't correct.
Okay.
Sorry. What was your question?
So tell me more about your books.
I'm a writer, and I write mainly nonfiction. And my last book was on the birth of Miami. And a particular lady named Mary Brickell, who gets ignored most of the time. In giving her the respect of co-mothers of Miami. Most of the credit goes to Julia Tuttle, who was very socialite, if Julia Tuttle were alive today, she'd be a socialite. She's like a parasite. She'd be, she uses her moxie quick. But the truth is that Mary Brickell had just as much to do with birthing the city as Julia Tuttle. So,
and by birthing the city, what does that mean?
Giving birth to it, meaning literally having the land at the right time to entice very big people like Henry Flagler, who was a railroad magnate, to move his railroad to Miami to birth the city, to get it started. Before that, Miami was a very 1870s, very backwater, little tiny. Nobody knew about it, and nobody could get there because there was no way to get there easy. So, generally speaking, in modern birth stories, it's towns that have a port built or a train track extended, a highway. And in this case, she used her land and gave half her lands to this very powerful guy who used to be a Rockefeller partner. And he extended his railroad. And Miami it was born so quickly that you can buy land at the height of Miami's early days at 9 a.m., flip it, double your profit at noon, and double your profit again at 3 o'clock.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, there was a boom that was insanity.
Oh, wow.
And
What
years? In the
20s?
20s.
In the 20s.
Well,
Wow.
1896, the town was born. So last year was the 125th anniversary, and that's when I released my book last year.
Oh, wow. That's
On
neat.
July 28th.
Nice.
And now I'm going to Australia to give a talk because Mary Brickell lived in Australia before she married William Brickell and moved to the United States.
Wow.
So yeah, a little bit about that.
That's neat. And what are some upcoming books?
Well,
Is there anything
I've
coming?
written in the past about Frankie's Pizza, the oldest pizza shop in Miami. I've written about the logging history of the Everglades. I've written about a fruit stand that's like the Disney World of fruit stands. But coming up is everything from Burning Man books. There's some Burning Man books that I've been working on a long time. I don't think they'll see the light of day for like 10 years. I'll tell you about them. There's 2.
Okay.
I want to do a book about the deeper meaning of creating art at Burning Man, the artist's journey, but not just for one piece. Several years of evolution of an artist.
Oh, I see.
And the second book is a little bit different. It's called Orgy Dome. I'm sorry, that's Orgy, O-R-G. I don't know if that caught it. Orgy Dome. But there's a serious subtitle to the book.
Hey.
Orgy Dome is titled that way to get your attention. Because let's face it, for the kind of stereotypical burning lore, oh, you know, there's an Orgy Dome over there, you know. I actually met the owner, the runners, the people who started Orgy Dome, and if you were to list 6 couples in a row, and you say, pick the one that started, you would never pick this couple.
Nice.
So that right there, there's always complexity, even to the most simple or salacious things, really. But the subtitle is called Love and Lust in the Burning Man Community. And it's actually a serious book about both things.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Which, you know...
Yeah, and I've fallen victim to the extreme love that can happen during burns and post burns too.
And
love and lust. What do you mean?
Tell us about this bronze goddess on the side of the lake you were telling me. You know what I'm saying? Statue, I think you said.
Yeah, it was a bronze
there's
statue.
We're human. There's a lust.
Yes.
So it'll be the exploration of all these. Wow. And over the years, and I've been burning now for maybe 10 or 12 years, I have actually witnessed everything from couples getting together for the first time, married couples falling apart for the first time, people questioning their sexuality for the first time, people going with a certain mindset to Burning Man thinking they're protected by all this powerful imagery and it impacting their lives in different ways, and again in love and lust. So I'm fascinated by the journey some people have taken, and some people have, you know, used it to get a better equilibrium. You know?
Yeah, there's definitely some power there when it comes to getting together with a group of people that are so open-minded and so loving that it does make you question a lot of things, you know?
It can run you through the ringer.
Yeah, it's part of the beauty. That's why I go, you know?
Yeah. And there's a mystery to it all. And you never know when it's going to pop up and say, hi, this is a part of the festival that's here. You may have not been looking for it. Yeah, or you've been ignoring it for a while, or you didn't think it was happening, but I'm kind of acting like it's like a little disease or something. Hello, remember me? But no, it's one day. So that's going to be
that's amazing.
But it's got a long way to go to, you know. And I've experienced my own love and lust out in Black Rock, and not just Black Rock, but you know, Burning Man regionals, and so I think the book will be formatted one chapter at a time with a particular angle and a particular thing that I believe has not been tackled yet. Okay. Yeah. Here's a good example. You find out you're going to Burning Man. And you start studying. Everybody starts studying about what's where, what's this. And there's always, I guarantee you, I'll test you out. There's always a paragraph that says, oh, by the way, if you're going with your boyfriend or your husband or your girlfriend, you have to have the talk. And then they go off to other things. And you got to get a flashlight. But they don't tell you about the talk. What do you mean the talk? Yeah. What talk? Hello? What is the talk? Yeah. Is the talk different? Is the talk effective? Who's telling you about the talk? So I want to get into that really and parse it out more, more. So, and then in between those chapters, I want to tell my own story because I have an inability to write a book without me being somewhat involved in the subject matter.
No, it should be that way, I think. It should be that way.
A familiarity. Yes. Instead of me saying, I interview all these people and this is what I learned. Yeah, no. So in between, there will be, and maybe we'll do another podcast of a hilarious, but also very powerful story. Okay. That just happened at Portal Burn. Okay. Mm. And as you know, with any great podcast, I don't have to tell you this. I mean, I know you know this. I practically wrote a book on it. We may have a part 2, so you listen in to next week's show. Yes. Where we'll discuss some more things.
This is exciting. So you got some few Burning Man books coming up.
Yeah.
And you have some. Do you have any more history?
Logging history of the Everglades. I have a rudimentary book I published years ago, but now they want a better book with more angled of the African American loggers, and there's a grant that was perfect for it, and a institution stepped up. The Alliance for Our National Parks asked to send it in as a grant. Wow. No, we're waiting in August. So if we get the grant, we'll have to then publish and write the book with the particular angle of the African American loggers, because that's what the grant's for through the National Park Service. Because a lot of this logging happened in Florida in a national park. Well, now a national park, but back then. Yeah. And then there's all sorts of books. There's a book on a boat that went around the world in 1924 that I'm starting a project on now. There's a snake guy who handles cobras who was working on a cure for polio in the 1950s. Wow. And what happened to that research. So
where can we find your books?
Oh, you can find my books just by Googling Cesar Becerra, Cesar A. Becerra, or going to SoFloWeird.com. SOFLO weird.com.
Okay, and we'll add that to the
you can find my Orange Blossom 2.0 book there. Actually, you can find 3 of my books there, actually.
Perfect.
An old book I did on the oldest pizza shop in Miami, and all sorts of things. So
that's great. All right.
This has been fun.
Well, thank you for being on the podcast. And if we're ever in Miami, where do we look you up? Do you do tours?
I do tours. Yeah, again, SoFloWeird.com.
SoFloWeird, okay.
Just shoot me. The email is simple. It's takethefuturecamping@gmail.com.
Oh, perfect.
Takethefuturecamping@gmail.com. That's right.
Perfect.
And if you want a great round trip ticket, just go to www.EIEIO.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This has been Hardly Any Good with the best of the apocalypse right to your ears. WRST. Check us out for next week's podcast.